Hello there everyone and welcome to a new review on the channel, and today we will be doing something different. We'll be looking at two products at the same time, and the reason we do this is because one of the products is not really a reviewable product in the sense of what I usually do, and the other one is a very simple product. So I feel instead of making two separate videos, especially I don't think a lot of people are interested in me reviewing a simple $15 close-up matte as a single 10-minute plus review. I'm doing both of the TCC Sticky EDC close-up matte and Neat and Tidy 2.0 by Wayne Fox as a duo review. So let's roll the intro and jump straight into it. Perfect, so you decide to stick around, which means you want to learn more about both of these products. Now, we're gonna start with the first 2-3 minutes being about the close-up pad. So we'll take this out of the picture a bit. So what is the TCC EDC close-up pad? It's essentially what you see here. This is it. And this is essentially a pad that you can fold very much small like this, and you can put in your case, or you can have, you can carry it with you, whatever you want. And the purpose of it is that you can have it as an EDC pad. As you can see, it is not as big as a normal pad. This is my professional pad. This is the one that I use in my shows. It's one of my favorite pads of all time, and it is also by TCC. So this, as you can see, even though it's bent, etc., it will still go back to its natural state really quickly. And the reason you may want to buy this is because of the material. It's very sticky, which means that if you're someone that uses coins manipulate very well on this. They're like so smooth, but they're also very rough, which means that if you have, a coin shell, or if you have a flipper, they won't flip by just touching the table or anything, because this is still sticky. But if you want it to not be sticky, it can also be very, it can be very fast to do moves that you need to do. So for coin work, especially an area of magic that I'm not specifically adamant of, but a pad like this for coins is phenomenal, because I know for coin workers, having something sticky where the coins won't necessarily glide for some of routine is very important, especially in close-up scenarios, and this pad offers it. So if you're a coin worker, this pad will serve you very well, because it can fit, even in a jacket or a winter coat pocket. And if you have your coins, you can set it up on a table. It's not that big also, as I said, the dimensions are really good, and it's gonna be excellent. If you're a card magician, this will also serve you very well. If you're a card magician that has one of those portable tables or anything like that, putting this pad on top of the table will be great, because as you can see, look at how smooth everything is. This is so smooth. Like, that's the main advantage of this, is compared to a table or anything else, this is really sticky. Like, you wouldn't be afraid for a double to split on it. If you don't want the double to split, you can see I'm just throwing it there, and the split is minimal, and I'm really throwing it. But just placing there, you would not even know that is a double, right? And that's kind of the benefit of this, is that the cards, everything is really where you need it to be. It's the material on it is fantastic. The use of it is great. So if you're looking for an EDC close-up pad, either for cards that you can carry around with you, and that is very nice at the touch and will kind of elevate a bit of your performance, look no further than this. It is fantastic. Same goes for coins. If you're a coin magician and you want a pad where you can use your coins freely and not have to worry about anything slipping or anything like that, this pad is great for you as well. So now that I've kind of given you the early review of it, let me just tell you where you buy it, how much does it cost, and what do you get. You can buy it directly from TCC Magic. It will set you back 15 USD, which is great for the price. And what you get is the pad. The pad literally comes just packed in your order. So it doesn't come in any special box, in any special wrapping paper, and anything like that. It just comes packed in your order with what else you order. Yes, your order is packed in a bubble wrap, but the pad is part of that bubble wrap. It's not individually wrapped or anything. You don't get any instructions for the pad, nothing like that. You just get the pad. And again, as I said, difficulty-wise, there's no point in me giving you anything, because there's no difficulty using this pad. Practicality, the only thing that you need to know is that this can be folded, as I showed you, like this, and even after a point of time, it's still going to hold its shape. It can also be rolled if you prefer, because I know these are questions that you may be asked. You can also roll it, and as you can see, if you roll it, it's even smaller than the other one. This could definitely fit in a back pocket if you have really baggy jeans, if you're performing. And as you can see, look how sticky that is. Just to show you, look, this is literally holding itself. That's how sticky the pad is for manipulation. It is literally not opening up. So that is, really to show you that the name is not fake. It's literally, I could throw it even from hand to hand and the pad is not opening up until I want it to. And then you have your pad ready to go. No turns, no, dents in it, no creases. It is ready to go. So there's not much else I can say about this close-up pad. I think I've basically given you the information that you need, what I recommend it, and what do I give it out of 10. I'm giving the TCC close-up pad a 9 on 10. I think it's fantastic for close-up workers. If you're doing table hopping and you have a bit of space, it's great. If you're just going at someone's house or you're doing a small thing, whether you're doing even for tarot readings or things like this, this pad would work perfectly. So I do recommend it. If you want a small pad that's really compact, that you can put in a jacket, inner pocket, anywhere else on you without having to carry a carrying case with you, or in the case of the pad that I carry, the special packaging it comes in, this is the best, in my opinion, alternative I've seen. I've had other of the flimsy pads that are meant for EDC, and all of them, when you take it out of your pocket, it looks like it's a zigzag, or it looks like you just had it in the washing machine and you forgot to dry it and put it flat. It looks horrible, but this one, as you can see, looks fantastic. So I definitely recommend this close-up pad if you're looking for something specific where this could play a role. So now that I've gotten that through, let's talk about the other product of this review, which is Neat and Tidy 2.0. So what is Neat and Tidy 2.0? Neat and Tidy is essentially a rubber band effect in which a stack of rubber bands becomes a rubber band ball. And the best way for me to kind of showcase what this is to you is to put a small clip of a performance right here that is also on my Instagram. So if you have my Instagram and you follow it, you'll be able to see this before the review goes live. But here's the small clip that I posted on my Instagram. Okay, so you've seen what Neat and Tidy 2.0 is. So let's talk about where you buy this, how much does it cost, and what do you get. You can buy this from TCC themselves or from your favorite TCC distributor like ALAKAZAM, Penguin Magic, Vanishing Ink, Monster Magic, and a ton of other ones as well. This will set you back 40 USD, which is around 60-ish Canadian dollars. And what you get with your purchase is typical TCC packaging, hard box with the gold on it, and inside you will get 3 things. One of the things that you're going to get is your tutorial video. The tutorial video is very short. It's just 10 minutes long with Wayne Fox, and he goes over how to perform this, how to manipulate everything, your angles, everything that you need to know in order to do the effect. Honestly, you do not need more than 10 minutes for an effect like this in terms of the tutorial. There's nothing much else to explain. Additionally, you are going to be getting your rubber band gimmick, which is like this. I won't show you the entire gimmick, but you'll be getting your stack of rubber band gimmick. And then you will also be getting inside another compartment of your box. If I can open it up right here, really well packaged, you will be getting your rubber band ball. So this is a legitimate rubber band ball. This can be inspected by your audience. It could be bounced, and it is real rubber band. So if you want, you could remove rubber bands from this and do crazy man's handcuffs or linking handcuffs or whatever routine that you do with bands. You can literally use this. Yes, these are not the best bands for rubber band magic, but you can easily, even he says, take some Joe Ryan Flish bands, strap them around for an extra layer, and bada bing bada boom, you can just remove them and do your favorite effects with rubber bands coming directly from this after you do the effect. So this is everything that you get with your purchase of Neat and Tidy 2.0. So now that you know that, let's get into the difficulty. So how difficult is this to perform? This is relatively simple to perform. There's no difficult sleight of hand or anything like that going on. However, you do need to be able to palm. You need to be able to palm a certain thing that is pretty obvious if you've been doing magic for a bit in order to achieve the effect. So as long as you're able to palm that, you'll be good to go. If you have really small hands, well, you'll not be able to palm that whatsoever, and it's not going to be looking the best, and you'll be probably flashing for everyone to see. So do keep that in mind. You do need a bit of a bigger hand in order to conceal, I can tell it because it's no surprise, to conceal the rubber band ball. Now again, the rubber band ball is not humongous, but if you really have small little kid hands, you'll probably flash. So do keep that in mind. But except for that, difficulty wise, the rubber band stack gimmick does 90% of the work for you. In terms of practicality, what do you need to perform the effect? You need your rubber band gimmick, you need your rubber band ball, and you need a jacket or a blazer or anything that has an opening that you wear on top of a shirt or your dress set or anything like that. You do need an open jacket or blazer or button-up shirt, whatever your heart desires, that goes over your belt loop. I said a lot already, so I won't develop much more, but you're going to need that in order to perform the effect. In terms of angles, your angles are pretty much 180 from the rubber band. So when you show the rubber bands, your angles are 180, but once you kind of put your hand over and you start rubbing, your angles can be 360. So do keep that in mind. In terms of inspectability, your stack of rubber bands is not inspectable, but the ball is fully inspectable, which means you start dirty, but you end clean. In terms of reset, it is instantly reset. So the moment that you finish your routine, you are instantly ready to go again to another table or to another performance area and achieve the effect. In terms of a table, you do not need a table to perform this effect whatsoever. So now that we've covered all of those bases, let's get into where would you perform? So where would you perform this? Pretty much anywhere that you want to do rubber band magic. Now, personally, I'm not someone that performs rubber band at all. I'm someone that doesn't even know the handcuff routine. I don't even know the name of it. The crazy man's handcuffs, the linking handcuffs. I don't even know how that works and how to do that. That's just to tell you at what point rubber band magic is not for me. But for socials, this I would perform. Or if I do find a rubber band effect that I love, this would be a great gateway into it. You know, you do it, you say, look, everyone knows rubber bands. How about I do a rubber band ball? You know, how about I do you a trick and I slip 2 bands off of the ball, place the ball in my pocket, and do the routine with the rubber bands. I think that's fantastic. This serves a great purpose. If you do rubber band magic, anywhere that you do your rubber band magic, you'll be able to perform this. So if you do rubber band tricks in your stage show, this will work. If you do rubber band tricks in your close-up set, this will work. If you do rubber band tricks only on social media, this will work. So pretty much anywhere you would perform your usual rubber band effects, this is going to work in the same scenarios as well. So that's for you to tell me. So now that we've covered all of those bases, what are the positives and negatives of this effect? First, let's start out with the negatives. One of the negatives is that, of course, you will need a jacket or an open blazer or anything like that in order to achieve the effect. You will have to do that in order to perform it. Last possible negative is that the angles are strictly 180. You do not want necessarily anyone to either side of you when you are looking at the rubber bands. Yes, the angles do fix themselves after, but because the moment where the magic happens can flash, you really want to respect those angles. So those are 2 things that you need to keep in mind. Moving forward from that, what are the positives? One, it is incredibly visual. It will kickstart your social media. It's a great effect for that. It's easy to do. It's pretty practical if you are a gigging magician and anyway you have a tuxedo or you have a set. Almost everyone has an open shirt, so this will easily slot in where it needs to slot. It's really understandable by the spectator, and the biggest positive is that if you're a rubber band magician, this is a brilliant way to get into rubber bands. You know, if you're a bit comedic also in your rubber band magic, you can say, you know, everyone does tricks with cards. How about a trick with a rubber band? No, No one's interested. I'm guessing your uncle probably all showed you a trick with a rubber band. How about a trick with a rubber band ball? Have any of you seen that? And they say, no, you say, perfect. So what we're going to do is from this rubber band ball, we'll take 2 of these elastics and let me show you the most amazing rubber band trick of all time. And boom, you're into, your rubber band effect with some comedy built in and a really visual moment and some laughs, and it presents yourself as you're the type of magic that you do. That's not my type of magic, but I know it can suit a lot of people out there. So that's a free idea from me to you about how you could use this product. So having said that, what do I give it out of 10 and do I recommend it? If you do rubber band magic, I think this is a no-brainer. I think you will absolutely love this. However, if you're like me and you've never done rubber band magic and you're not someone that really likes to post stuff on their social media, kind of like myself as well. I really struggle to find a persona for my social media page. I really hate the way my Instagram looks is just so dirty. There's so many things going on. So if you're like me and this is not the type of magic that you do, and your Instagram is not necessarily just a visual extravaganza, and you're trying to find a different personality that actually suits the magic that you do, maybe this effect is not for you. However, it's still good. It does what it's supposed to do and it works. So because of that, I'm giving Neat and Tidy 2.0 a 7.25 on 10. However, if you are a rubber band magician, I do think this will slot nicely into your set. So I'm giving it an 8.5. Having said all of this, thank you so much. This was new and I don't usually do this, but I did do a double review for you for both of these products. If you enjoyed, leave a like. If not, leave me a comment of why you didn't like the review, but please like and subscribe and hit the bell if you enjoy all of my reviews, and I'll see you all in my next one. Bye bye.